Welcome to another episode of the Edmonds Moms Room podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Allison Felt, owner of Body Motion Physical Therapy, owner of AF Wellness Coaching, and mom of three, entrepreneur, lover of life, and whatever adjectives flow out of my mouth the day I record. So I am just grateful you are here today. Today we are going to talk about infusing passion and libido back into your life. Now, these are things that go away with motherhood, right? We start to feel frumpy, we feel disheveled, we feel like we get no attention positively. When people talk to us, they're usually like commanding different things that we must do for them, right? And I mean, it's really no different, like however old your kids are. That's the life of mom, right? And so how do you take ownership to put the passion and to put the happy, good sexual energy back into your life, right? Because that is good for your relationship. That is good for how you move about your day. That is good for the energy that you bring your family. So that's what we're talking about today, because these are things that just simply dissolve once you become a mom, right? You initially attract your partner, you attract your husband or whoever you're with, and you do this and you feel the butterflies, or maybe you don't, you just see the ability to breed well, whatever it was for you that attracted you to your partner. And then, life happens. You maybe share some same dreams, you share some same values, you decide that you're gonna have children and you fulfill these dreams. And yet there is still this joy lacking. You wanted these kids, you wanted to be able to take kids on adventures and create this life and go to their sporting events, and yet you feel drained. Nothing ever feels good. So once we're in that space, how do we flip it? How do we change that energy? That can only stem from within, right? We have to make ourselves the priority in order to flip the script and have the energy. Physical energy is energy. It could, this is a little physics lesson for you. I did this on our wellness coaching call last week. So physical energy, you remember physics class. We have potential energy, which is the stored up energy in a sling. And then we have kinetic energy, which is the energy in motion. In order to get potential energy, in order to get that energy stored up in your body, stored up in your slinky or your spring, you have to work with kinetic energy. You have to move your body. You have to do the things in order to start to store and generate and get that potential energy, that stored up energy. And then that's the energy that you can then infuse into your daily life. So there you have it. A little philosophy, a little physics lesson, and we're off. So how to make it happen, how to make yourself a priority. No one can do this for you. You have to decide that you will show up for yourself. Today, I want to talk about some things that are going to help you establish your goals, help you establish that passion back for life, and really help infuse that happy, good, beautiful energy where you feel like you are fully embodied in who you are, where you're happy with how you're showing up to the world, where you can let your light shine bright and put yourself first, but also allow yourself to have a positive impact on humanity. That's world-class living, if you ask me. And what I'm all about is world-class living, right? I built this business to be a world-class business and provide change to women across the globe. And that's my mission, right? Is to show women that they can live these world-class, fulfilled, happy, joyful lives. And healthy lives, right? And we talk about health starting from the inside out. And we have to make things happen in order for us to get that health from the inside out. And again, that starts with putting ourselves first. First, you have to establish what your goals are. if you already know your goals and you're like, I know that in order to get my energy back, I have to stop obsessing and thinking about my weight, or I have to stop obsessing about thinking about opening this business. I just have to go open this business. I have to stop thinking about going to get this dream job. I have to just go get this dream job. The things that weigh on your mind, that keep you up at night, that have you thinking, if I only did this, I will have made it, or I will have all the joy in the world. Make that your freaking goal. That needs to be the goal, right? If one thing before I lost weight and like have had sustainable weight loss, my life was perfect and beautiful. But the one thing that weighed on me was the size of my body. I just couldn't move it the way I wanted to. I couldn't move it freely. I felt like the one thing I thought about when I went to bed at night was my body. And the one thing I thought about when I woke up at night was my body. Those were the little whispers in my brain that were like, you need to create change and fulfillment, energy, happiness, libido, all changed once I went to start to conquer these plans and these goals. But I couldn't pick the goal if I didn't tune into what I was asking of myself. If I didn't tune into, is that the question that is keeping you up at night? Or what is keeping you up at night? For some people, it might be that I need to start this business. Or for some people, it might simply be like, I need to just get out of this pain. If you're having constant pain that's keeping you up at night, and you're like, if only I was freed of this pain, you can bet your bottom dollar that is sucking your energy. And there is no way to show up positively when you are bogged down with pain. And you are not to blame from that, but you have to take action in order to go solve that pain. And unfortunately, in our healthcare system, that's not always easy, right? Like can be like surgeons telling you need surgery when you absolutely should get conservative care because the surgical route won't fix the root cause in the first place. That can be that you can't even get an appointment with anyone because we're booked out for months and months and months. It could be whatever it is, right? Like that's hard to start to conquer. But the reality is, make it a goal. Whatever that is, solve your pain, make it a goal. You need to have these short-term goals so they are achievable, and you need to have long-term goals. Where do you see your body? Where do you see your life? Where do you see your career? Where do you see your family? Where do you see your mental health, your mental wellness, your happiness, your joy? Where do you see that in 3 months? Where do you see that in 6 months? Where do you see it in 5 years? Can you map out exactly what you want, extrapolate these goals, and can you make them measurable? So when we talk about measurable goals, this could be like from a weight loss perspective, this is easier, right? Because you can be like, in 3 months, I want to lose 10 pounds. Very achievable, very doable. But that's the short-term goal. Now you could say, in 5 years, I want to maintain my weight 100 pounds less than I am right now. Or I want to grow my muscles so I gain, 10 pounds of muscle mass, or I increase my bone density score by XYZ, right? These are achievable goals that have measure attached to them so that you can really truly map your progress. I went to a mastermind event in October 2021 when Jayla was born. And I got to listen to Damian John speak. And what he said is every single day in his phone, he would look at his short-term goals, which was like 6 months. And he looked at his long-term goals, which was a year. And he himself was like on a health journey at the time. And he was like, I just look at what my weight's going to be. And I know that like I have to go check my boxes in order for me to help achieve where I want my weight to be. I have to eat my fuel. I have to, do my workouts and whatever it was for him. When I was sitting there, I was 3 months postpartum with Jayla. So I had Jayla end of July 29th. And then I was sitting in there in the beginning of October. I didn't feel good about my body. I'll tell you that. Had zero energy. I flew with the 3 kids and my mom to Florida to go to this conference at 3 months postpartum. And I just felt like a sweaty, hot, fat mess. And it didn't feel good. None of it felt good. But I went And it is such a story that is embedded in my brain because it almost validated that, like, yes, I need to go set this goal. And so I believe I set a 60-pound weight loss goal. And I was like, and I think I only gave myself some ridiculous amount of time, maybe 6 months to a year. It ended up taking me 2.5 years to get there. And it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there. You still set the goal, because once you get the goal, then you can generate the plan. When we can generate the plan to achieve the goal, it keeps you on track, right? And then the real value and this energy and this passion and this libido, that comes from hitting the plan. That doesn't necessarily come from hitting the goal. Because no matter what, the goals, like, yes, they're there, and I want you to achieve those goals, and I want to achieve my goals, and that's a beautiful thing. But the reality is, the gifts that we are delivered on our journey, they come from the journey. They come from learning. They come from checking the boxes and doing the mundane, boring, simple actions that create that potential energy, that create that stored up energy, that infuse the passion. And that is what creates the world-class living and the world-class life. So hopefully off the back end of this podcast, when you're like, oh, how do I infuse passion? How do I infuse libido into my life? How is figure out what needs to happen for you. Spend some deep, deep inner time without the children. And if that's hard, just lock them out. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Or maybe do. Whatever you need to do. Spend some time in the early morning. Set your alarm for 3 or 4 a.m. and just do some serious deep reflection. Some serious deep reflection of, if I just had this in my life, if I just changed this, would that be the golden ticket to the energy that I'm missing? Would that be the golden ticket to the life I want to live? Allow yourself that time to discover that. Because if you wait until your kids graduate high school, or you wait until you're 50 or 60, and then you dive into examining what you truly wanted out of this life, it's not too late, but you're just missing so many years of joy. And then you have to think, what was the point of all the sacrifice in the first place? If you weren't experiencing the joy, or you weren't experiencing the play that the world had to offer. I truly believe that this world was not meant to be hard. I think that we were all put on earth to play and create this and play the game, right? Life is a game. You should have fun playing it. It should be a playground. Okay, you fall off the monkey bars, but you learn something, right? Maybe you don't do the monkey bars when it's raining, or you strengthen your grip and you get stronger and you don't fall off, right? There's all these lessons that we get to derive from being on the journey. But if we are too scared to take this step to set some goals, create a plan, start to achieve those goals, then we're pretty much denying ourselves the joy and fulfillment and the passion and the libido that come from being on a path of achievement, from being on a path of world-class living. And what's more joyful than that? Like, what is the purpose, right? It kind of like brings you back to like, what is the purpose of this life? And again, my mindset is truly that like we are here to play. We're here to infuse energy. We're here to bask in the glory of like being humans on earth. And it's pretty cool and special if you choose to see it that way. But if we choose to, live our dreams of having our 3 kids and our career that sucks our soul, and show up for our kids drained and pissed that we have to take them to practice, or, and we're yelling at them because there's toys on the ground, but they're just trying to learn how to play because we forgot how to play, so we can't even enjoy those toys on the ground and play with them, right? Then we're in this cycle of missing the point, maybe just a little bit. And so I hope you can take something out of this episode. I hope you can set some goals. I hope you can set a plan to start achieving some of those goals. And when you start to achieve some of those goals, then what you find along the way is that joy, is that happiness. This is what AF Wellness Coaching is all about. So yes, some people have goals to lose weight. Some people have goals just to get energy. And do we do that through fueling our bodies with the right food, through movement, through lifting weights and building muscles and building strong bodies so that we can fight the good fight and go play the good play? Like, go play the good game, really? Yes, absolutely. And that's why we have this community. So we have the social support. So we have the love and the camaraderie off of each other to keep it high vibe, to keep talking about what's good in this life, to keep us moving forward on our journeys and knowing that other moms who also live the chaos are on this exact same trajectory. Because it is possible. It is possible. In 2021, in October, when I was sitting listening to the Daymond John, he's on Shark Tank, if you guys didn't know. And he's also the owner of FUBU, which was a super hot brand when I was a kid. I don't know if it still is. But in his, like, he pretty much like made this brand off of like being in the streets, and it's pretty epic. His story is great, right? And he's a self-made billionaire. I don't know what he is, but he's totally, appears that he is fully self-made. And when I was sitting in there, like, I think I always had the belief that this could be my life, that I could find joy, that I could find passion, that I could build a world-class business, a world-class life. You know, it's all possible. Like, you just got to set the goal and then create the plan. A goal without a plan is just a dream. And so it's really imperative that we do have a plan to back up this goal. And again, that's where like the having a coach or having a mentor who can help you really stay tuned to your goal and hold you accountable. Really, we all need accountability in life, right? It's hard to continue to show up for yourself unless you you're some freak, right? So we all have trouble being disciplined to some extent. There are many beautiful distractions in this world of play that we live in. And so it's easy to be like, I'm going to watch this TV show, or I'm going to not record this podcast episode and just go and sit in the sauna, right? But the reality is, like, I'm going to record the podcast so that when I do go sit in the sauna, I can enjoy it that much more because I know I got my job done for the day. I know I checked this box, which is on the long-term trajectory of setting me up for my goal, of setting me up for building this world-class business. So I'll leave it there and give you that for the day. Again, just start with your whisper. Start with this is what weighs on me. Is it your knee pain, your back pain? Is it your sciatica? And it just won't go away and you've tried quote unquote everything. If that's the case, you need to work with a pelvic expert. You need to come to Body Motion, right? People fly here all the time. And come and get intensive care to get this out of your leg so you can restore that energy and be there for your family. If all you think about is your weight in your body and it's truly weighing on you, then do something about it, right? Start to make changes. Set a goal and make changes and do it the healthy way, right? Like, you can take the Ozempic if that's what you want for the quick weight loss, but starting to build muscle is going to increase that metabolism, which is going to long-term allow you to continue to eat a lot more food. And at the end of the day, like, you want food, you want fuel to fuel your muscles, build your bones. And the more we deplete our bodies, then we can't build our bones and we can't build our muscles. So, the weight loss drugs on the market right now, they have their place. And I know that they're great for a lot of people, but at the end of the day, there's no shortcut for building a strong body that can play and have a long, long life ahead of you of playing on this playground. And when you do that and you check those boxes, the fulfillment, the joy, the passion, the libido that comes off of the back end of you being disciplined to check those boxes and achieve your goals, that's the fulfillment at the end of the day. That's the fulfillment that we want. And so if you get the outcome without the hard work or without the journey, then it just doesn't feel the same, and it's harder to find the same validation. Now, will you be in awe of your new body and of the, fast weight loss? Absolutely, of course. But is that really what you wanted? Or did you really want the joy? Did you really want the strength? Did you really want the energy? And again, that comes from the path. That comes from doing the work to achieve the goal. So if there is one thing I can tell you, it's don't short yourself by finding some quick fix. Accept yourself, love yourself, set the goal, and then start loving yourself so hard that no one else can love you harder. And so you keep doing the damn thing day after day after day so you can achieve the goal. I'm probably playing this out by now, but we all need to hear it. We all need a little boost of motivation. The new year has come and gone. Everyone's in a different place, whether they achieved their goal, they're on their path, they fell off their path. We all need a little kickstart here and there. I think on an episode like a month ago, I was like, this New Year energy is amazing. But in the middle of February, when it's pouring rain and dreary and dark, are you still able to show up for yourself and hit the goals and check the boxes? Because if you're not, then you need to choose a different plan. The goal is the goal. The whispers are the whispers. You can't ignore the whispers that your body is giving you, that your mind is giving you. You want to start the business, you got to just start the business. You got to start and create the plan and then check the boxes day after day to execute on that new business plan. And that takes some serious tenacity, and that takes some serious belief in yourself, and that takes some serious love of yourself. So I hope that after this episode, you will choose yourself and choose to love yourself and choose your goals, and don't let anyone distract you from your goals. And then hire who you need to hire in order to achieve those goals. Someone who can help you lay out a plan. I would not be where I am today if I didn't hire a business coach. When I started my business in 2017, I didn't know what I was doing. I had never run a business. I went to school to be a doctor of physical therapy. And then I became a pelvic expert physical therapist. And I also wanted to treat orthopedics and hockey players. And that was the dream. And I didn't know how to roll this up into a business. No insurance companies would credential me when I went out on my own. So I had to figure out how to run a business. I had to figure out how to market so that people would want to pay me for my services so I could help them enhance their lives and change their lives. I didn't know how to do that. I had to hire a coach in order to help me achieve that. And I found the value of coaching so early. And yes, have I spent more than a business degree on coaching? Absolutely. Has it made me tenfold in the return on investment? Absolutely. But more importantly, has it changed hundreds and thousands of lives? Maybe not hundreds of thousands. No, let's just say that we're at hundreds of thousands by this point, because damn, we keep helping more and more people every single year have their vaginal deliveries, have decreased traumas so that they recover way faster, so that and some of the moms that we've been doing this now for, 7 years ago, like they could have been the moms that needed a hip resurfacing surgery, but we prevented that, right? Like that's the beautiful line of intervening, where we get to intervene and like helping people in their lives achieve their short-term goals, but that amplifies them living these healthy, epic lives from the inside out long-term. And anyways, I digress. This life is yours. Be selfish with your time. Be selfish with your goals. Go all in on yourself, and you will find happiness and you will find joy along the way. And if you want a little help, then apply for AF Wellness Coaching. Now, it's not for everybody. It's truly not. It's really for moms that are fully ready to go all in on themselves and make the sacrifice to put themselves forward. And that's hard, and that's a mindset that has to shift really before you decide that you're gonna do the plan, because I could put forward any plan, and I could put forward a plan that helps you achieve your goals. But if you haven't decided that you are going to put yourself first, then it's all for naught. And it's simply just a waste of your money. It's a waste of your time. So put yourself forward, put yourself first. Above all else, love yourself where you're at, and love yourself so much that you are so ready to go all in on your goals, all in on your dreams. I'm Dr. Allison Felt. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you found some value in this. Drop a comment in the YouTube. I would love to know what you took from this and how being on your journey is empowering you, how it is bringing joy, how it is affecting your libido, how it is just amplifying the energy that you have for life. Thanks so much. Take care.